Just a stone's throw from Las Vegas, Lake Mead is a popular spot for boating and fishing.
We have to fish.
Landscaper Matt Baruti and his son Jet are out here fishing every chance they get.
We're very competitive about it as well.
But in the last few years, they have watched the lake get shallower and shallower.
Just coming out here on a boat all the time, we see the difference. Every time we come out, something's changed. A new rock outcrop has popped up somewhere.
A lot has changed since engineers created the lake in the 1930s by blocking the flow of the fickle Colorado River.
Draining a vast region of mountain and desert, entering 7 of the largest western states, it poured its water southward into the Gulf of California, periodically overflowing the prosperous towns and rich agricultural districts near its mouth with devastating floods.
So the Hoover Dam was built to control those floods, store water for cities and farms downstream, and generate thousands of megawatts of electricity.
The reservoir filling behind the dam was named Lake Mead.
But over the years, the lake has dropped tremendously. You can see all of this white used to be underwater, and now that's creating big problems for everybody downstream. That's because water from Lake Mead has become the lifeblood of much of the desert Southwest, says Pat Mulroy at the Brookings Mountain West Research Institute.
I mean, you have some of the largest Western cities, some of the largest American cities that are critically dependent on this water supply. You have some of the most productive agricultural areas, and you have an obligation to deliver water to the country of Mexico. I mean, this is a system that can't fail.
But cities and farms are taking more water out of the Colorado River than flows in, and 14 years of drought have pushed the system closer to failure than ever. Lake Mead is full at 372 meters above sea level. It's at 329 meters now. At 320 meters, hydropower generation is threatened. The last water intake for Las Vegas runs dry at 305, and at 273 meters, water stops flowing out. And senior researcher Deborah Knopman at the Rand Corporation says the drought that has drained the lake this far could still get much worse.
That region has experienced extended droughts, much longer than the current drought that we're going through now. These droughts can persist for decades, in fact.
And more extreme droughts are expected with climate change. But all is not lost in the desert Southwest.
No, they're of course not doomed, but they do have to act. And many of these actions are going to take years.
Knopman co-authored a report with a range of options to make river users less vulnerable. From more efficient household use to massive transfers from other rivers. All will cost billions and take years to implement. And none will completely eliminate the risk of shortages. The millions of people depending on the Colorado River will have to decide what life in the desert is worth to them. Steve Baragona, VOA News, Lake Mead, Nevada.